Yeah, okay, man. What's up, everybody? Hey, what's going on? So, I'm Devin. Pleasure to be here. Good to see familiar faces. Um, so, when we talk about innovation, the design review process for construction projects is normally not at the top of people's lists. But that's okay, because I'm going to talk about it. So, it is, when you're trying to find safety hazards on a healthcare facility design schematic like this, it is extremely difficult. In fact, most safety hazards are found during site visits and walkthroughs at the end of a construction project, which is too late. And ultimately, the veteran suffers. Let me give you a couple of examples. This was found at a healthcare outpatient clinic. It's an eye wash station, no sink, no drain. It's a trip hazard. Let me give you another example. You have a door that leads into an exam space, but the door frame is not wide enough to fit a bariatric wheelchair. Now, these two examples that I just gave you are actually examples that are consistent in site visits that we do across the VA landscape. So you got to ask the question, how do we mitigate these safety problems before we get to the construction process? Answer is you tweak the design review process and you give reviewers, technical and clinical, better visual representation. And that's what we did. Similar along with the Office of Construction and Facilities Management and the Veteran Experience Office, tweaked the design review process. And we took a schematic like this and we created a 3D life-size model using foam board and cardboard, temporary walls. And we run simulations through them. Now, the details that we're trying to attain that may have taken months to get, we can do in a matter of hours. But you can only build so many fake exam spaces, depending on your square footage. So we got to think bigger. We got to use technology. That's where digital twin comes into play. Now, we're able to take a 2D design schematic like what you see here and create a 3D rendering of what you see there. The application also gives you the ability to design, simulate, and immerse. Let's break it down a little bit. So let's say you want to know how adjacencies are affected based on how large or how small your square footage for your exam room wants to be. You have the ability to customize your space based on what you want to see. And once your space is created, now you can run your simulations through them. So let's say you want to see about mass casualty events, or you want to see how wait times are affected based on what you designed, or you want to see how traffic patterns are affected based on how you lay out your furniture in your lobby space. You're able to do that. Let's stay on furniture a little bit more. Now this tool gives you the ability and opportunity to add, delete, or rearrange furniture within the exam space. You can see how privacy is affected based on how you rearrange your furniture, which is major for all veterans, but especially our women veterans. You're also able to identify and mitigate safety hazards based on how you rearrange your furniture. So let's say you want to prevent a staffer from being trapped into an exam space, or you want to eliminate the threat of a patient falling behind a bed and not being seen by their caregiver. But what this also does is give you the opportunity to see how money is affected. Simple changes, like changing the orientation of a bed with a head wall associated with it from a 9 o'clock position to a 12 o'clock position to delete those safety hazards I just mentioned can save thousands to potentially millions of dollars in change orders during the construction phase. Small changes in the beginning can eliminate and prevent big changes in the future. Y'all remember that example I gave y'all when the wheelchair couldn't fit into the exam room? This tool gives you the ability to take measurements, distances, and square footages so you don't run into that problem again. This tool also gives you the capability of immersing yourself in a virtual reality environment. Now users have the ability to take VR headsets and go into a space and know what that space is going to look like before the first shovel of dirt, before boots on the ground for construction, before a design is even 100% completed. Why did we create this tool? We created this tool because we want to strengthen the collaboration between the clinical reviewers and the technical reviewers. We also created this tool because SimLearn is a bunch of evil geniuses that is focused on world domination. But ultimately, we created this tool because good communication and good visual representation improves the VA population. Our goal at the end of the day is to improve the environment for the veteran. We have a display out there in the back, so if any of y'all are interested in partaking in it, please do so. That's about it. Peace, beautiful people.